Let's start with your reading, Sagittarius. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. We're going to look into your recent past, current energies, and immediate future as well. For cross watchers, keep in mind that energies go both ways, so please take the messages as they best resonate with you. Alright, so recent past, current energies, and immediate future. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. So right off the bat, we know here, Sagittarius, that you are in for a very big change in your life. With the Tower, you have in fact something that is going to transform, an unexpected change, and also the reveal of the truth. And this doesn't have to be always bad. It depends really on what situation this applies to. But regardless, knowing the truth, whether you get to know the truth about a situation around you, or someone gets to know the truth about how they feel in a situation, maybe towards you, we will see how this applies to the rest of the reading. But so far, whenever we get this energy, the person who experienced it really feels as though they might not even know who they are because of the way they now feel, because of the truth that they are admitting to themselves. There is definitely a power shift. And if before they were in full control of the situation, maybe right now they are not anymore. So let's see what you have in your recent past. All right, so we have the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Swords. It's clear that you have a connection, or you're thinking about someone who you feel very comfortable with, at least at times. With the Ace of Cups, you can really open up your heart, or you at least felt as though you could. There was this connection that seemed very unique, very important to you. And overall, we might be looking at a new relationship, or you thinking about when this relationship first started and how you were feeling back then. This is overjoy. It's starting fresh, forgetting about the past, and just do things as far as you know right this time. And so this is a beautiful new chapter where your heart awakens again, and where you can really express your feelings, express yourself. Now, the next card, it's telling us that perhaps you didn't get what you expected to get from the situation. Maybe there were some elements here and there that didn't make you happy, an outcome that you were not planning for at all. And in fact, right here, we don't see a painful ending because that's the Ten of Swords. But we see worries, we see headaches. We are not sure about what's really happening here. Therefore, we get anxiety, insomnia maybe, and overall, our mind keeps telling us that this is not going to go well. Now, this doesn't mean that it's actually going to be this way at all. In fact, the Swords energy, it's something that happens within our mind. And it's something that can have, of course, a repercussion in the world around us because of our actions, given the fact that we come from a place of fear. But overall, you might have seen something from the other person that made you feel worried, made you feel that that beginning, that beautiful chapter perhaps is not going to last a long time. And this, again, I'll repeat it, is how you feel right now, or how you felt in the recent past. Let's see what type of current energies you have right here. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Hermit, and the King of Wands reversed. First of all, I see why you're so attracted to this person. With the Knight of Cups, we always have someone very charming. This person knows how to make people fall in love with them in general. And whenever they have you in their high sight, it's a really powerful experience. This person can be very romantic. They always show up to be as someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. They follow their heart, in fact, or at least they seem like they do. Whatever decision they have to make for the near or distant future, it's always based on something that they feel deep inside, on an emotion. And you like that about them. You felt that Ace of Cups possible, the ability to express your feelings and be yourself, because you've seen them being very similar to you. Perhaps you are a Knight of Cups yourself. You are someone who really values the emotions, the love in your life. It's one of the most important things to you. Therefore, you want to surround yourself with people that feel the same way, that speak the same language. And you thought that this was going to be one of them. And the fact is, I see the Knight of Cups giving you this Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Swords being connected instead to the King of Wands reversed, which is clearly someone who is very different from the Nine of Cups. In fact, here we usually have a person who is very strategic. They feel at times that they're playing games, that they're not following their heart at all. This is all mind energy, in fact. Thinking that something, it needs to be done because it's part of the game, because it keeps them in control. And we are starting to connect to this tower energy now, where instead there is a power shift. They want to be in control, and hopefully things will be different down here, because from what we see so far, it is a person that shows up to have two different personalities. At times, they are very romantic, very devoted to you. And other times, instead, they seem detached. They play their games, and it doesn't feel as though they have their heart in this. And so, whenever you're dealing with the King of Wands side of this person, that's when you're having hard time with the Nine of Swords. That's when you feel that maybe you got yourself into something much bigger and much more dangerous than what you initially thought. And you feel like you're too deep into this stuff. And so that's why you feel like that Nine of Swords. This person at times can be very impulsive and selfish, and you don't like to see that in them. So this Hermit energy is perhaps your attempt to detach from this. You're trying. I can see that. But you're not fully doing it because you don't know what's happening here. If you were to know 100% that this person is not the person that you initially thought they were, then maybe you would be able to do this much more easy. But the fact that this person changes, there are ups and downs, hot and cold, it's making you feel that maybe there's something else going on underneath the surface, and that question, that doubt, it's keeping you attached to the situation. If you felt as though you haven't been able to really move on and to really invest yourself in a new situation, put yourself out there again, it's because of this. It's because of confusion. And that's why I always say that closure is one of the most important things, because it really makes you understand what happened. It makes you see where you're coming from, and it makes you see, it forces you to evaluate a new chapter, a new path. Otherwise, you get stuck here. And from what we know so far, maybe you're stuck because something is about to happen. You might be feeling the anticipation of something coming up. So we will see. But overall, with the Hermit, you're trying to see the big picture above it all. And you're trying to look at this person's actions and see how you feel inside, what your gut instinct is telling you, what your intuition. And you're trying to merge the two so that you could figure out what's happening here. So let's see what we have in your immediate future. Wow. All right. So here we have the moon, the sun, and the lovers. And now I start seeing why you perhaps felt stuck into this situation. and what was that anticipation that we were talking about. Now, this could be someone who you just had a fight and you haven't seen in days. For some of you, you actually have been apart from this person much longer than that, but you still felt stuck into that hermit energy. Down here, we have something new. In the immediate future, we have the moon and the sun. We have a situation that changes completely, and especially with the tower right there. We see how it's going to be day and night. But also what I'm seeing here is not only that the situation changes, but that you are going to gain clarity around how this person really feels and why they behave this way. For some of you, what I'm getting from these two cards, and as you know, I always try to give you the exact meanings of the cards, but what I'm seeing right now is that two people here are going to sleep at night, and then this person wakes up and they see you in their arms. And that's when they start realizing that there is much more that they want out of this relationship, and that maybe it's time to stop playing these games and really open up their heart to you. So, of course, this can have multiple meanings, but let's look into that. I want to see what this moon, sun, and lovers energies will transform, how it will transform the situation overall, what this person is feeling right now, and their intentions from this moment forward. It's clear that there is a change coming up, and this change, regardless of how it's going to happen, it's going to bring clarity into the situation, and it's going to make them see how important you are. This is a soulmate. You have one of them, and now they feel like they have found you. They have found their soulmate. Their soulmate has been around them all along. So let's see what this moon and sun energy is about. Let's see what they will decide to do, what they will figure out, and how their current vision might potentially change the outcome of the relationship. I want to see how you will feel whenever you will perhaps see this person as being honest, maybe for the first time, 100% honest, and see how overall this connection will evolve in the near and distant future. I'll be continuing the reading in the extended video, link below in the description box. Follow me there if you want to dive deeper into the messages. Also, don't forget that every week I randomly select viewers that have watched the extended video to offer them a free personal 30-minute reading. Stay tuned for the extended preview and some more content made just for you. Welcome back to your extended reading, Sagittarius. We have seen here a situation where you started to feel very anxious and worried around a connection that to you is actually very important. All you wanted really was to feel seen by this person on a regular basis, you know? Right here we see ups and downs, but instead you wanted something more stable. You wanted to be in a situation that it's more grounded, and you have felt the potential to do so with this person. But at times it feels like that's possible. Other times instead, this person seems to be someone who plays games, who is not fully into this with their heart, and who maybe cares too much about having control over the situation, over the relationship. Now, we have seen in the immediate future that something is about to change. We are going to gain clarity, going from a situation of confusion, a situation of a lot of frustration as well, and fears, to a situation that is just filled with clarity instead. And the lovers is right there to remind us that this connection is still strong and will be strong. So what is happening there? Let's immediately get some cards for the moon and the sun. Let's see what type of change is happening right there, and also get some cards for the lovers to understand their intentions right now. And then right after, we will focus on you. Well, look at that. The King of Wands now, it's coming up upright. That's going to be very important. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow, these are really, really good. This person feels completely different. So let's dive into the message.